Sup boys, new workshop items are in, let's take a look. First up we have a war paint, which I usually don't cover, but I like this one. I love the Kaleidoscopic. Right, that's the name. It looks like this. I'm quite a fan of the colorful ones. I know this is probably not something many tend to agree with, but in my brain it's still, if it sticks out from the masters in TF2, I like it. You know, next up we have the first Smissmas hat of this year. I just included it simply because it's the first of many to come. Halloween season is over. This workshop video is gonna cover mostly Halloween items we could have had for the update, but didn't. The next workshop Wednesday is probably already gonna have a lot of those Smissmas hats. But anyway, let's continue with the Scarecrows, another war paint that I found to be pretty unique also. It's Halloween oriented, as we had the Halloween update just a few days ago. I think this one's cute. Next up, medium menacing, a taunt for Scout. I don't know if this one's Halloween oriented. I don't really like that it's Scout restricted, even though I get that it's supposed to like make fun of Scout and him being weak. It still would be easy to just make it all class, and this would be a very forgettable taunt if it was just for Scout. However, I think it wouldn't be terrible to add it. You know, it's not bad. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let's move on to the WarHead. The WarHead is a soldier hat with a rocket going through his, I think, stock helmet. Although, I think the stock helmet's blue, isn't it? Or like a metallic blue. Well, this one's more gray, so I think it also replaces the helmet. Although these might just be concept renders. I don't know. But in any case, it's simple fun to have this like rocket through the head, like the one we have already where the rocket goes through the head. It's not like crazy. It doesn't have to be Halloween restricted at all. Not too super creative, but it's cool. You know, it's cool. Unusual effect, Soul Siphon. What do you think of that, boys? Ghosts getting sucked into a vortex above your head. I hope you don't get sucked in there too, like a Ghostbuster thing, you know. It would make sense. from this engineer render here. I'm personally more of a fan of the white one, since, you know, white ghosts are what's usually depicted in like those little children's stories. The pink one's kind of fun too. It kind of reminds me of Luigi's Mansion a little bit, because at least I think in Luigi's Mansion there's quite a few pink ghosts, and you know, it looks quite alright. Next up, Devouring dough, a bread unusual effect. Only a matter of time till we get an actual bread unusual effect. There it is. Hovering above your head, ready to devour. Would go great with the usual suspects like the head bread cosmetic and the bread weapons and bread weapon skins, all that good stuff. Just look at that. Those are some very nice combos. You'd of course have to get it on one of those bread cosmetics. So those would be very sought after combos. You know, if you get one, you're probably rich. Next, right, brainpan. I don't quite understand why it's called brainpan, but it's probably a reference to something. I just think it looks kind of funny, a little bit goofy. I like the blue ones more for this. Don't ask me why. Bones are usually white, or like gray, but still, the blue one just, it speaks to me on a spiritual level. Pyshroom? Pyshroom, what up? Yep, that's right. I already had this in like another video. I just wanted to make sure everyone sees it, because it's like one of my favorite pyro cosmetics I've seen in the workshop thus far. Because it's so clearly pyro, but it's still such a cute thing to do, to have a little extra mushroom be the mask filter. I like this one, as you probably have noticed by now. I don't know why they're hitting the turtle engineer, Super Mario reference, but like the mushrooms don't kill the turtle, Mario kills the turtle. Anyway guys, oh wait, he's supposed to be Toad. I'm actually stupid. It's not gonna hung up on that and move on to Fishy Business. Very nice. So I'm guessing you have two styles, one being the spy about to be like attacked by the alien creature around his throat, and one where spy is like partly alien creature, or maybe it's animated and sometimes the stuff comes out of your face. In both cases, this should very much be Halloween restricted, and was of course made for the Halloween update. It just didn't get added in. I kind of understand why. This looks slightly goofy, but still, it was well made, you know. The Comical Craftsman will live in a society where engineers get stabbed by spies. I don't know. Was that a good impression? That's the inspiration, guys. Lovely. A shame it didn't make it into the Halloween update. Would have been an easy addition. But, you know, Halloween's next year as well. Who knows? We might get it, we might not. We'll see, we'll see. But I like it. It's funny. This is really funny just because of the stairs. Society. Yes, Bastion from Overwatch, you're right. Squizard, Cloak Off. So there's two styles, Cloak On and Cloak Off. Cloak is this collar thing. Animated, jiggly, all class. Would probably have been one of the more high tier cosmetics for the update if it had been added, but it didn't get added. Very clearly looks to me like a Halloween cosmetic, so you know, rest in peace whoever made this. Maybe better luck next year. I like your cosmetic. I think it's cool. Prismatic prediction. Taunt unusual effect. This one you best see in the actual demonstration. There it is. Because from the images it's not too clear to judge what exactly is happening, you know. You got a pretty clear idea here. Anyway, I think that's enough. Let's move on to the Bugsy Webster. This is how the lad who made it as a mummy pyro cosmetic with, I do believe, two styles. One with like webs and one without them. Both cases it looks just slightly off from the Team Fortress 2 style. It looks a little like Skyrim or semi-cartoon realistic ones. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's cool and it's definitely Halloweeny. So you guys be the judge of it. I think it's dope. All in all, it's dope. Scorchy, the dragon. Pyro's little Scorchy dragon that he has around his shoulder. It's another one of those shoulder pets. Pyro is someone who likes flames, so he gets a dragon. Nothing complicated. Looks like one of those comedic relief characters. It's like the dragon from Mulan, you know. It's cute. It's cute. Purple people heater makes Pyro into an eggplant, but not the Shrek type, the very much weird and scary one. I don't know why whoever made this went with an eggplant, but it works surprisingly well. Like, just look at the render, you know? That's pretty scary, you know? I'd be screaming seeing this if it wasn't in game. Symbol of Avarice. Mimic. So this is a pyro hat which makes his head into a mimic, and you have like two different styles. One where his head is engulfed in treasure, and one where it's not. There is a separate cosmetic for the backpack gold, and it would pretty much also be a Halloween restricted one because it's all much for the rest of the year. Although I guess having this as a normal cosmetic would be fine. Yeah, I think it would be fine to have this all year round. Well made. That's the gist of it. It's well made. Move on. Next to little Stabby. Look at that. It's a crazy, absolutely crazy looking spy puppet and a knife sticking out of your back. It's all class. It's really funny. You have two styles, Manic and Satanic. This one's just great. Don't know if it should be Halloween restricted even, because it's pretty small, you know. But it probably shouldn't be Halloween restricted, you know. Although it clearly speaks to the Halloween week we just had, it would be fine all year round. It's very creepy. Wormer hat. A hat made of worms. One worm mass. Paintable, if you were wondering. It's just a creepy worm mass on your head that's crawling around. I don't like this one. Pepper Pal. Might be wondering why I included such a small, weird bell pepper on your shoulder. Well, that's because it's got the Amiga style. I don't know if I get demonetized for this, I'm mad, but it's funny. Pickled Pyromaniac, style insightful. It's two styles. No, three. Thoughtful, insightful, and pickleful. Pickle Rick! It's not funny anymore, but still. Cool Halloween item. Next, Nightmarish Storm. Very cool unusual effect. Of course, made also for the Halloween update. I probably should stop mentioning since it's very clear at this point that most of these are Halloween ones. High tier this one. Would be nice to unbox. Lann carn, something we'll never get. A big sword for demo. We won't get it because Valve doesn't add even reskins to weapons. Because I think they don't like it. I mean, that's mainly it. But this would be cool if they were to ever put it in, which they won't. Probably my favorite item this week, Sensible Senator. We all know where this is from, I hope. There's so many Senator Armstrong TF2 animations by now. It's kind of crazy. The overlapping community must be pretty substantial. Don't know why exactly. In any case, you guys tell me if this should be Halloween restricted or if it could be just all year round. I'm guessing this is fine all year round. It doesn't change the face too much. The classes are all still very recognizable. It just adds the little specks above the eyebrow and it puts a little bit of a receding hairline in the glasses. You know, nothing crazy. Well, but that's all for this week with the workshop items. I'll see you tomorrow with a new vid. Bye bye, boys.